Aaron, thank you very much. 5:46, wake up money time. You know, a lot of banks tightening lending requirements. You've heard the headlines. This morning we're joined by Kaleta from Biz Radio to kind of shake some of this out. And it is difficult for the average consumer sometimes because they're finding, where did this charge come from? That charge, where are they coming from, Albert?
Well, you know, the non-sufficient funds charges, the ATM charges, the banks are having lending charges. They're continuing to add charges to your accounts, and this is the way they have to make money because they're not making money on the spreads.
And the spreads basically is the lending process, and their margins are just super tight now, right? They're
contracting. And so look at your statement every month and find out what those bank charges are. You know, a non-sufficient funds charge today is $38. Application fees can be in the area of $150 to $250. To use your own money can be as high as $50 and $60 charges to enter your account on lines of credit. So be very careful and look at what they're charging you. They're subtle and they're small, but there's thousands of people that are being affected.
I want to talk about some of the bigger issues in just a moment, but avoiding some of these charges. Certainly managing your money nicely. You don't have an NSF, but ATM fees. I mean, if you need your money.
If you need your money, you know, you're at the grocery store. You're checking out, and it's very simple. If you're going to go to an ATM because you need a little bit of cash, just take a cash back, and there's no charge to it. And so when you're at the local HEBs or the Krogers, that's an easy way for you to put cash in your pocket rather than going to the ATM.
You can also play banks against each other if you need a loan. Say, hey, this Bank A is going to give me a great rate.
Absolutely, the banks. And the other thing that you can do is also with your ATM cards or debit cards, pay your bills online. By paying your bills online, you avoid all those processing fees.
Yesterday, we saw the news that the government is taking Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae into conservatorship. There's a Nevada bank that got taken over. There was a bank in California that got taken over a couple months ago. A lot of consumers that pay attention to that would say, "Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world."
No, it's not. You know, this was something that we have talked about for many, many years. Is that the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have the full faith and credit of the United States government. This has been proven out in this last bailout by the Treasury to come in there and help them, not because it's a bailout, but because that was what the charter in 1945, when the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac was established, the United States Congress at that time saw the wisdom that there may be a need to assist them, and that was part of the agreement. So this was just part of what the government was supposed to do, and that's why, as Americans, the nation is behind our banking system, and that's why people come to America and put their money in America and invest in America, because our government stands behind its banking system.
Short term, it could be expensive, but it will be healthy in the long run. Albert Kaleta, we appreciate the wisdom as always. Thank you, sir. For more information on how banks might be tightening their lending requirements and how you can avoid some of the expenses, go to our website, myfoxhouston.com. You can click on the business tab. Going to the market watch this morning, Dow Jones opened